Hey everybody, welcome back to another film review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Drew Allar versus Bowling Green. Penn State beat West Virginia the week before in a pretty defiant fashion, but today Penn State has to stave off an upset at home against Bowling Green. Drew Allar played well, but not as well as he did against West Virginia. The team made some mistakes, Drew made some mistakes, and we're going to look at what Drew can improve on and what Drew did well in this game. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first play we're going to look at is on Penn State's first drive of the game. Penn State just gets in the red zone. Now, this is a good scheme by Andy Kotelnicki. It should be a touchdown, but because of the ball location, it becomes a big play, but not a touchdown. Drew Allar kind of throws it to the wrong shoulder here and prevents Penn State from getting a touchdown on this play. Now, to look at the scheme, we're going to have Julian Fleming up top, and he's just going to run a go. Now, Liam Clifford kind of runs the post here. Now, even though Bowling Green's playing zone coverage, the rule of thumb is zone coverage always becomes man coverage eventually, right? So it's when Julian Fleming runs into this guy's zone, and then when Liam Clifford runs in this guy's zone, they're eventually going to follow in man coverage. And then Tyler Warren is going to come here and wrap around on the wheel. And because of that, because these guys carry the defenders with them, he becomes wide open. Now, we're going to take a look here. We'll go at half speed.
Singleton just hit it
So
right
Warren
up
comes
the
out
middle.
in the wheel.
Temple
He's wide
for
open.
Penn
Drew goes to
State
throw,
on first.
but he throws it to the wrong shoulder. Warren can't keep himself in bounds. Otherwise, that's a walk-in touchdown. So we'll go back here.
To the 20-yard line. Singleton
Here we
just
go.
hit it
We're going
right
to take
up
a
the
look at
middle.
it.
Temple for Penn State on first.
If he puts it right on the other shoulder here, that's going to be a walk-in touchdown. But because of the ball location, it's not. So again, you want to lead him upfield on his front shoulder. He kind of back shoulders it. I assume it's by accident. I don't think that was on purpose, but Warren's body carries him out of bounds because of where he has to catch that. So this should be a touchdown. It's a big play. You're not going to complain about a big play, but this should be a touchdown. So that's something that Drew's going to need to work on. Consistency with his footwork, ball placement, all of those things that make him, he has all the potential in the world, but that'll be what makes him a first-round pick. Okay, so the next play we're going to look at is Drew Allar using his legs like he did so well against West Virginia. And this is going to be a cool design from Andy Kotelnicki here in the red zone. This is part of the modern triple option that teams are running. So the first guy Penn State's going to be reading is this defensive end, right? Drew Allar has to decide if this defensive end crashes down to pull the ball. If he stays wide, he's just going to hand it to Singleton, right? So that's the first guy they're reading, right? We're reading this defensive end here. Now, if Drew Allar decides to pull the ball, we're going to be reading this guy right here. Okay? So now, Drew's going to fake it to Singleton, right? He's not going to hand it to him. He's going to pull it. And now he has an option. Tyler Warren's going to come here. Now, if this defender stays and drives down on Tyler Warren, Drew can run it up himself for a touchdown. Or, if this defender goes for Drew, right? Drew comes out, he stays on Drew. He has the option to flip it to Tyler Warren here in the flat for a touchdown. Julian Fleming will just be clearing out, giving space. So this is part of that modern triple option that teams run. Now, it's kind of hard to tell whether or not Warren was really running, a route here, or if this was just kind of showing the triple option look that they've run, earlier, and run on different drives of the season. But needless to say, this is kind of that modern triple design that we see teams run. So we're going to take a look at it in half speed. So first, Drew sees this defensive end crash down for Nick Singleton, right? The guy we highlighted earlier. Right? Sees him drives down, playing the run. Drew pulls it, right? 3 stops dead in his tracks there, or 13, excuse me. Now, Drew pulls the ball, right? And the option, run it himself or flip it in the flat to Warren. He sees this guy stay with Tyler Warren. He takes it himself and runs it in the end zone and shows that athletic ability that maybe people didn't think he had. Easy score for Penn State in the red zone. Cool design. And I think, this ground game with Drew is going to be so important this season when teams are going to be focusing in on Nick Singleton, on Katron Allen. Having Drew Allar being able to run the ball himself adds another dimension to this offense. Okay, so if you watched last video against West Virginia, I said that I think Drew Allar's biggest strength is throwing in the middle of the field. He's going to do the same thing here. And Andy Kotelnicki is going to scheme open Tyler Warren like he did all year. So you're going to have a clear out here. You're going to have Liam Clifford run a screen. This defender is kind of sensing that, kind of starts to cheat that way. Obviously, same with this guy. And Tyler Warren's just going to run right up the seam here. And Drew Allar's going to put it right on the money, up the seam, and give him room to run. He throws it with velocity, throws it right at his chest, gives him the ability to run with the ball. So we're going to watch it half speed. So first you're going to have play action. That's going to suck up this linebacker. He's going to kind of sense the screen as well. Start to kind of drift out, not knowing what to do. His head is turned, his back is turned, and you never want your back turned to the play. Warren's going to cross his face. And look where Drew puts that. Right on his face mask, right on his numbers, and gives him room to run. That connection he has with Tyler Warren is special, and we saw it all year round. So again, quickly here. Play action, fire, right there on the face mask, break a tackle, get yards after catch. Penn State's down 17-7 at this point, so that was a big completion, big play in this game, get Penn State's offense rolling again. Okay, so the next play we're going to look at is after a big play, a big run for Penn State. Penn State goes tempo, and I'm not quite sure what we're running up top here. Something like an in. Now, the guy to highlight here is really Mr. Amari Evans here, who's a 4-3 guy, using his speed, kind of keeping Bowling Green off balance. So he's going to run a post. Now, he had a big play against West Virginia down the field at the end of the first half, and Drew Allar is going to put this ball and lead him out front for a touchdown. He's wide open. I think tempo is really what schemed this open. So we'll just watch it at full speed because this one, have to really be genius to take this one in. Allar has his feet set. Good arm angle. Takes a hit but delivers a ball right in stride, right to the numbers. He's wide open. No one's behind him. Maybe some miscommunication here on the back end. But if we watch here, he's actually going to take a shot in the bottom right here. He stays in. He's going to take a shot from up top too. So this is a big hit he's going to take here. Right? You see he's about to get hit. Releases the ball early. And puts it with anticipation. Beautiful catch. Beautiful throw. Easy touchdown for Penn State. Getting back in this game. Okay, so there's 2:49 before half. Penn State's down a touchdown. This is a team that you're supposed to be beating up on. So, there starts to be some anxiety here in the crowd. Now, if you knew anything about Penn State last season, who did Penn State want to go to on big downs? Of course, that's Tyler Warren here. So this design is another way to get Tyler open. So we have a clear out. We have a clear out up here. Then Tyler Warren is going to come underneath like this. Liam Clifford's going to come up top here, creating a natural rub, which gives Tyler just enough space to get out in front. Drew's going to throw the ball here, kind of leading Tyler, allowing him to cut upfield with that ball. So we'll take a look at half speed here. So you have this pick here. Defenders kind of get crossed up, just enough space. He throws it in front of Warren. You could argue you could put a little bit out more in front, but good enough. He turns upfield, and no one brings Tyler Warren down on the first tackle. Breaks the tackle, gets the first down. Huge play for this offense. So 3rd and 7 becomes a really easy completion, becomes a really big play. Huge play for Penn State. Good throw by Allar, but great scheme. Okay, so I'm not really sure what to make of this play. Andy Kotelnicki's breaking my brain as always. So Penn State has 3 guys that are off the line here, right? Then you have 4 with Drew Allar. Now, this guy is on the line. This is a lineman who is kind of spaced out. He's on the line, but he's covered up by this guy here. So he should be ineligible. Now, I don't really know if this is a quarterback draw or if this is a pass play, but Warren's going to run up the seam. This guy goes with him. This guy's going to clear out. This guy clears out. We're going to have a double move here on the bottom from the tight end. And then we're going to have just a drag underneath. Now, this guy just kind of comes out here, and I think it's completely all just smoke and mirrors. Right? So if we clear the drawings, If you look at Drew Allar, we're going to go half speed. If you look where he's looking straight. He's not looking to the left. He's not looking to the right. He's looking straight. Warren's covered up. He's not even looking for the ball. And he immediately goes to run it. And with everybody clearing out, Bowling Green is kind of confused. And we go full speed. Drew shows off those legs that were improved last season. Gets out of bounds. Gets a big gain. Gets a first down. So that was a really interesting look from Andy Kotelnicki. An interesting way to let Drew Allar use his legs and get out of bounds, stop the clock. So, all in all, a very weird play, but a good play for Penn State and Drew Allar. All right, so Penn State's unfortunately forced to kick a field goal here. It's 3rd and 7 in the red zone. You know, this is a big opportunity to tie the game. Now, Penn State has 6 guys on the line here, and then 7 with Singleton, and Bowling Green's going to be showing 7. So hypothetically, Penn State's able to pick up this blitz, right? But if we go to watch it, go half speed. This guy right here is going to win. And Singleton goes to help down here. Drew has to step up, and this guy cleans up, and he's sacked. And Penn State's forced to kick a field goal. So, missed opportunity there. Nothing Drew could do. Pass protection was not solid there. And Penn State's forced to bring it to 4 before the end of half. Okay, so this is another play to Warren. This is the exact same play we saw earlier. So we have a clear out. We have a post. We have a check down for Drew to Nick Singleton. And then we're going to have this wheel route up here. And West Virginia could not stop this. Pretty much no team could really stop this all year, to be honest with you. But this is another easy big gain for Penn State. And we'll watch it full speed because we saw this already.
Warren, who's been great.
Warren goes to the wheel.
The Penn State offense today.
It's wide open. Drew leads him and does a good job letting him run with that. Don't forget the ball that he threw behind him earlier. This time he gives him a chance with room to run. And it's a much bigger gain than what would have been before if he put it on the wrong shoulder. So a big play for Penn State and a big play to move the chains here. Okay, so Tyler Warren really started to take over on this drive. It's his 3rd catch of the drive. So this is just 4 verticals. So vertical here, vertical here, vertical here, and then we have Tyler Warren going this vertical here. So Tyler's right here. And then Singleton has an option route, right? He can go this way or he can go this way. But this ball's just going to Warren. They're looking back for the ball around 10 yards, so that's where Drew's going to put it. And again, this middle of the field is where Drew excels, and he puts it right on Warren, gives him a chance to run. So we'll watch this one half speed. Right, Warren free release. Looking back for the ball even before 10. Gets it at around 15 yards. Breaks the tackle, gets some extra yards. Another big play for Penn State, another big chunk play. And that's another first down. All right, so let's take a look at this one. So it's 3rd and 2. And Drew Allar does a great job going through all of his reads. A full field read. I mean, this is what makes him first-round caliber. It's just the ability to go through his progression quickly. So we saw this play already. Clifford's running a slant. Really kind of just a pick there. Warren comes underneath. And then we're going to have kind of an in from 85. And then down here, we just kind of have a comeback, quick sit for the first down from Khalil Dinkins. Now, watch Drew Allar, and we go half speed. So first of all, pressure's being brought. Good job by Katron Allen with blitz pickup. Drew Allar, see, hit that little shuffle right there? It was quick, but he resets his feet. Look, a couple shuffles, resets his feet, looks back all the way across the field, and gets to Khalil Dinkins for a first down. That's elite stuff right there. It's elite processing quickly, not worried about the pressure being sent. So let's go through it again. So again, right? He's seeing this rub up top. Right? Seeing this rub right here. This in comes open late. And then you're just going to have this sit right here. Now, I love what Drew Allar does with his feet, and I love that he's not panicking. So he's looking up top at these two guys first. Now, if you see Bowling Green You could make the case that Drew Allar could throw this ball to Warren. I get how he doesn't love the look, right? But I think he could throw it, but he doesn't panic. He chooses not to, right? He might be able to if he pulled the trigger a little bit sooner, but now this guy is crashing down, and Bowling Green actually drops this guy into coverage. So if we go back, right? So we're going to go back here, right? 99 here. Looks like a defensive tackle. Drops back into coverage to help out in case they do something like this. Very interesting look here. We're going to have this pass here. He does a good job kind of driving down and making this a little bit ambiguous for Drew, and then he actually does end up going with Warren. So if we watch it, half speed again. 13 starting to drift over. Drew's not quite sure. I think he could throw this out in front if he wanted to, but he kind of sees 13 is ready for it. They've run this play earlier. 99 does a good job making this throw a little bit difficult to Liam Clifford. But again, I think Drew might have Warren if he wants him, but he chooses not to. Not putting the ball in harm's danger, because this guy is driving down. So he quickly says no to both of these guys. And now he has to reset his feet, right? Now he's looking right here. He's looking for his third read, and we're not out of our break here at the bottom, right? Luke Reynolds isn't out of his break. So then he's going to reset his feet. That's one shuffle. He's looking kind of late again for Liam. Doesn't like to look with this guy here. We really are not open yet because of this guy, right? So we're going to come back around again, reset the feet again, shift all the way back for the fourth read. Wide open completion to Khalil Dinkins. I mean, just elite stuff, elite processing, not panicking, not worrying about pressure, resetting his feet, getting an easy completion, moving the chains. And again, that's stuff that is first-round caliber talent, is being able to read full field reads like that. That's stuff that, a lot of college quarterbacks are one read and go, doesn't panic, sits in the pocket, makes the right read, makes the right play, first down. Okay, so Penn State goes with some tempo on second down here. And what do they do when they go tempo? Well, they like to hit their 4-3 guy down here, Omari Evans, on a post. Now, we saw that earlier. That's what they go back to. Now, it's interesting to me because last week, Omari Evans gets away with the push-off. Referees are kind of privy to that stuff. They look for the push-off here. It's maybe a little bit more apparent. But this is a great ball by Allar nonetheless. So we have comebacks up top. And we have this post from Omari Evans. So we'll watch it again, half speed. So Bowling Green brings 5. They have 5, really 6 blockers here. Now, up top, we get beat. So Drew has to hang in there and deliver this ball even though we get beat. And he's starting to throw early. And he gives Omari Evans the ball in front. But he pushes off at the end, and we'll see it from the back angle. It's a pretty egregious push off, but that's a good ball. These ones don't count, obviously, on your ledger. But that ball is out in front of him. He's giving him a chance to make a play. Not afraid of taking a hit. Again, maturity. Not putting the ball in harm's way here. And we're going to see this push off in a second here. So here it is. Now again, Omari got away with it against West Virginia, and here it is. There's the push off, getting himself some space, makes the play. But again, Drew leads him. Did he have to make that push off to catch that? Yeah. But I mean, Drew put it out in front of him, gave him a shot. Didn't go the way Penn State wanted to go, but good throw nonetheless. Okay, so this is a really underrated play by Drew Allar. It's 4th and 5, huge down in this game. Penn State's only up a field goal, not really in field goal range, so you're in no man's land. Now, I don't really know what's being run up top here. I think it's more or less just clearing out these two defenders. Warren kind of runs underneath like this, and we're going to get a drag from Omari Evans. Now, the thing that's really impressive about this is the pressure that Bowling Green is sending. So, we'll watch it half speed. They're sending a ton of guys, and they're going to send pressure from that second level. And it's coming straight through, right? And Drew does not panic here. He keeps getting depth. Step back, step back, step back. At the last second, he's going to release that and give Omari Evans a chance. Puts it out in front of him, even though he's taking a big hit. And Omari Evans, foot race, breaks the tackle, gets the first down. So just really impressive play by Drew. Doesn't panic here again. We'll watch it this time full speed. Pressure being in his face, drops back, gets it to Evans, doesn't panic, gets the first down, moves the chain. So just a really nice job not panicking. He did a great job of that in this game and really all of last season. So this was one of Drew Allar's lone mistakes in this game, and I really don't know what he's thinking here. Again, we're not in that quarterback room, so it's hard to know. I don't really know what's going up here with these routes anyway, but what I can tell you at the bottom here is we're going to be running just this hitch, and we're going to run the slot fade here with Wallace. Now, Liam Clifford down here is wide open. I don't know if Drew was just expecting the slot fade to be open based on the look, but, I don't know if it's miscommunication. I don't know what happens, but we'll watch at half speed. These guys have a free release. It's not like, there's anything going on here. So Liam's wide open down here. And Drew throws in a double coverage, and he throws it really flat. He doesn't give him any air, gives him nothing. And it's just an easy interception. Now, I don't know why the defender chose to come out with the ball. I mean, that was a dumb decision. But if we watch it here, I don't know what he's looking at. I don't know what's going on. Again, we're not in that room. There's no pressure, really. He has time. It just really throws really flat. Doesn't lead him at all. I don't know, again, if he was expecting a different route or whatnot, but this is a really easy interception. Based on Wallace's body language, it looks like this was just a bad throw. I don't really know what he's thinking. Again, Penn State needed to put up points here. They're only up 3 in this close game at home. Really, really questionable decision. So a blemish for Drew. Not a very good play at all. We'll watch the see from this other angle. Maybe they have a better explanation. I mean, he has time. It's just incredibly flat. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he didn't see the defender. I don't know what happened, but that ball was severely underthrown, and a big turnover for Bowling Green. Okay, so there's 5:20 left in the game. Penn State just had a turnover, chance to put this game away, and so we're going to see a glance up here from Wallace. He's looking for the ball. Warren comes around with the wheel, and then we're going to have some slants down here. Now, I want you to answer me. Where is he supposed to go with this ball on 3rd and 6? Go at half speed. I mean, Fleming isn't open. Evans isn't open. I mean, you could maybe argue that Wallace is open, but that's a tight window. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of starting to come open now, but this guy could drive on the ball. This guy could drive down. I mean, I don't really know where you want him to go with the ball. He starts to run it. Realizes late Omari's open, but by the time he's able to kind of set his feet to throw, this defender drives down. Evans, I don't know if he sees him and is afraid he's going to take a hit or whatnot, but doesn't make that play. Penn State's end up going to have to punt. And so that's a big no conversion there, but really that one's not on Drew. I don't really know where he's supposed to go with that football. Okay, so that was it for Drew Allar against Bowling Green. Obviously an up and down game. I mean, he made that interception. Still don't really know what was going on there. Kind of missed some guys. Had some nice plays with his feet. Had some, good schemes from Andy Kotelnick. He, gave Warren a chance to run with the football. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some questionable decisions in this game. Some schemes that I didn't particularly love. Penn State holds on. They had a big run from Nick Singleton to ice the game at the end. But yeah, I mean, was it a great game by Drew? No. Was it a good game? I'd say it was. I mean, he had those touchdowns. He had another one to Omari that was called back. So, yeah, I mean, I think you got to like what you saw. I mean, he had the touchdown on the ground as well. I think this is kind of a mixed bag, but I mean, I think you grow from there, you get a win, and you move on, and you don't worry about it too much. Thanks for watching. Come back for another film breakdown soon.